Okay, hi 7D and 7H people. Going to try something a bit different today. Rather than me uploading the same PDF 15 times and you having to reload the page over and over again, I'm going to try and do it in video form. So, as per usual, please start off by putting the date carefully in your books and then we will continue. We're going to start with a bunch of warm-up questions. No calculators involved. They're from earlier on in the year. So get through these division questions and a few angles questions. They're coming up now. Okay, copy these questions one at a time into your book and do them in the normal way that we would with long division. They're not very hard ones and they won't take too long. Okay, so I would pause the video now while you have a go at these questions. My answers will be coming up soon. So how do we do these long divisions? 725 divided by 25. How many 25s go into 7? None. 25s into 72. 3 times 25 is 75. It must be 2. So 2 times 25 is 50. I subtract, I get 22. Next step, always drop down that number, 225. How many 25s in 225? Well, I know that 4 times 25 is 100. That would mean that 8 times 25 is 200. I need one more to get 225. All right, so it's 9. 9 times 25 is 225. Subtract. No remainder. 29 is my answer. Question B, 912 divided by 16. How many 16s into 9? None. How many 16s into 91? 5 times 16 is 80. 5 times 16 is 80. Difference is 11 between 91 and 80. Drop down this 2. How many 16s into 112? Well, 5 of them was 80. 6 of them would be 96. What's 7? 16 times 7. Oh, it's exact, 7. 7 times 16 is 112. I subtract them, no remainder, so my answer is 57. Then this guy here, 948 divided by 12. How many 12s into 94? 8 times 11 is 88. 12 times 8 is 96. So 7. 7 times 12 is 84. The difference between 94 and 84 is 10. Drop down this 8. How many 12s go into 98? Well, luckily I remember my 12 times table. 9 times 12 is 108. 9 times 12. So 108 is the answer there. Here is the final page of the warm-up part of our lesson. You might want to pause now for a little while you deal with these questions, and my solutions will be following up in a moment. Okay, how do we do these questions starting here? I don't even know, what is this supposed to mean? Well, that sign there is meant to mean is parallel to. So this is asking something is parallel to something else. So hopefully those are the two lines that are parallel to each other that you can see. So we've got HB is parallel to GD. Doesn't matter what order you do these, like for instance, that could be DG, it doesn't make any difference, right? Okay, next question. Name the angle marked with a red dot. That angle there is that angle which I'm going to call, that point there is meant to be C. So CED, angle CED. The green dot is going to be angle, green dot is this angle here, ACB. Angle ACB. Question 3, which angle is co-interior with GEC? That's GEC, that angle there. So co-interior to that angle is this person here, angle HCE. Angle HCE. Which angle is vertically opposite GEF? GEF. That's angle GEF. So vertically opposite, well, it's that red guy there, whom we called CED before. Angle CED. Which angle is alternate to angle HCE? HCE. So angle that's alternate to HCE, well, this red angle again. Same answer as this, CED. Yes, you can write them backwards. I'm not going to do them backwards and forwards all the time. Then, which two types of angles are always found inside the parallel lines? Two types of angles. So I'm not asking for letter names now. The answer I wanted for that was co-interior, which I'm guessing most people would have written, but also alternate angles are also only found on the inside. Right? That is alternate with that. You can't, if I've got an angle here, there's no other angle you can find that's alternate to that. So that's the idea with the warm-up. Thanks. Okay, before we go on with the lesson, I'm showing you what the homework is going to be at the end of this lesson. So if you feel like working ahead, please feel free. Here's what you have to do. I'm going to do selected questions from these now. I won't actually be talking about this stuff in today's lesson, but you'll probably be able to figure out how to do it after you've done this stuff. All right, so work on if you want to. Otherwise, join me for the rest of this video where I go through some of these questions. Okay, the next part of the lesson is we're going to keep moving our way through chapter 6 of the textbook, so hopefully you've got that downloaded. I'm not going to do all the questions, but that's going to be part of your homework. So let's do 1 or 2 questions from this page. I'll leave this for a moment while you have a think. Okay, translation, reflection, or rotation. Question 1A. So don't write all this stuff, but underneath the heading, write 1A, and just the way we normally work. Okay, so to make a shape back to front, to create a mirror image, that's a reflection. You can do B, C, D, etc. I was going to do J. This J one looks interesting. What's happening here? Translation, reflection, or rotation? Well, I think if you put the center of rotation right in the middle, that would rotate around to give you that. So the answer to J is rotation. All right, well, if you could work your way through question 1, that would be great. So here are the answers I get for this initial question. Please check them. You should be able to check them in your textbook anyway, but yeah, I'm sure you'll let me know if I've made any mistakes. Next question. Okay, in question 2, I'm going to leave questions A and B for you to do. This is how I'm going to do C. So pause it now if you want to have a look and think by yourself. Okay, to transform this, I need to go 5 units to the right. Well, I'll pick this corner, concentrate on that, and imagine moving that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's where that new one is going to be. Then I know this line here is 2 lines long, so there's the first part of my L. I'll make this a bit thicker if I can. Then, oh, hang on, now that's 5 units, right? But I want to go 3 units down as well. So 1, 2, 3. Okay, this is where the new top part of that L will go. I know the L is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 long, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This part here is 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. This guy here is 4 along. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I can see how that's going to work. And then, if I'm lucky, my rubber will work properly and I can get rid of that stuff. Doesn't need to be there. Great. So that's how you translate a question like that. All right, this question is probably one of the hardest ones in this topic, I think, this kind of thing. Can you reflect it over this diagonal line? Well, the way I would approach it is looking at this corner. I notice that to get to the diagonal line, it's 1, 2, 3 steps that way. So if I go up 3 steps, 1, 2, 3, these two guys are going to be the same deal. Now, I'm going to try and get to this point. This line, I think it's up to and along that way. That's that line there, yes. Pretty sure that's right. Now we will try and get this line here. You can't see me do this, but I'm putting my book at an angle so the dotted line is going straight up and down. I'm trying to complete the face. All right, okay. Now, if I can get this line here, it goes exactly down. 1, 2, 3. It's 4 down that way. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think that dot is going to be there, and I'll fill that in like that. All right, the last line is just join the dots. So, like so. Let's make it all beautiful and black. Yeah? So, yeah, the tip is to turn your book at an angle so the dotted line is straight up and down. That's how I like to do it. Okay, do 8 questions A, B, C. That's part of your homework. Okay, well, that's the end of my video for today. I'll leave you with what your homework is. Please let me know if you can't see Chapter 6 for whatever reason. Please check your answers. And if you're stuck on anything, let me know. I might be able to make another quick video or show you via PDF. If you have got a question, it's best to send me a direct message. It's easier for me to see those. All right, best of luck, people, and I'll see you next lesson. Bye.